Hey guys, welcome back to day 39 of the live stream. So in my spare time, right, offline, I spent some time leveling up the bond skill points. So, in the last episode, I was actually at level 39, or was it 37? Which is crazy, right? Believe it or not. And I have gotten it up to levels 71, yeah, as high as that. And you might recall that just 2 or 3 episodes ago, when we actually arrived in Osaka, right, I had mentioned that there was this statue which is on this map, and supposedly it did at the time give us bond skill points, right, each time we kind of interacted with it, because you get to pray at the statue, touch the statue's feet, and then Sophia would tell you, hey, like, you've gotten some bond skill points. And I had commented on it thinking, okay, well, what happens if you kind of reload the map? And I tested it myself over the weekend, and supposedly you do get a handful of bond skill points every single time you do it. And then I learned that this is actually an exploit in Persona 5 Strikers, which I don't really see it as an exploit, because it will take you a couple of hours if you actually try to level up your bond skill points all the way to 99, which is pretty crazy. But I did manage to get, from level 39 all the way to 71 in probably less than an hour and a half this weekend, which is pretty good. And so I wanted to first, before I get back into the game, back in the Osaka Jail for the stream, I wanted to spend maybe a minute or two showing you guys how to, like I said, max out your bond skill points as fast as possible, provided that you are at the Osaka jail. Okay, so what you're gonna do, right? You're gonna go to Shinsekai, which is the entrance map. Go to this statue, examine it, go through the prompts here, say, oh, why not? And then at the end of the day, you see that your bond skill points increase, and each time you can get up to, I believe, 7,500 bond skill points, which is quite a lot, right? And once you do this, you just kind of hop off that map, just like I did right now, get back to it, and then again, if you kind of examine the statue, Sophia talks to you yet again, and then of course you discover that you got another shot of those bond skill points. So as simple as that. And if you kind of do this over and over, you can collectively gain thousands and thousands of bond skill points very quickly. So again, if you're in Osaka, this is the fastest way you can probably do it. There was another exploit that existed back in the town of Sendai, but again, if you're in Osaka, there's a different way to do it. So depending on where you're at, you can certainly take advantage of this interesting turn of events to get a boost in your bond skill points. So now getting back to the game, right? What I did kind of offline, right, is I sold all of my unused equipment, right? So this includes weapons, armor, as well as, accessories. And so I have the bare minimum equipped, right? Stuff that I'm never going to use, I ended up selling back to Sophia. And so because of that, I managed to get back on the money game as far as yen. So that means I can now get back to finishing up the request for Lavanza. If I can get back to the camper. And that's kind of what we're going to pursue first in this episode, is head to the Velvet Room. And then of course, I'm just trying to ensure that I have accepted that prison mail request. And of course I have. And again, we have to show a unicorn with Zionga to Lavanza. Okay. And how this is done is we're going to fuse together a Shiisaa. And the minimum level is 35. And of course, we're going to fuse that together with a Black Ooze. Okay. So, first things first, we are going to summon Shiisaa, right? Which thankfully we do have at level 35.
You may take it with you.
And then next we're gonna get Black Ooze out here as well.
You may take it with you.
Now we're gonna fuse together those two. Interesting.
You wish to browse the entries? Please take a look.
I'm wondering if it's because I already had it equipped. So let's try that again. Yeah, that's what it was. So, you know, if you have a unicorn that's already out there in your active set of personas for Joker, you're not going to be able to do this. So, you know, make sure you start off with a clean slate there. And here, as you can see, I'm going to fuse together a unicorn using Shiisaa and Black Ooze. And of course, the skill that we want, first of all, is Zionga, right? That's the requirement laid out by Lavanza. And let's go ahead and give it maybe a buff or two, and let's see.
Is this the persona you...
I think that looks okay. And there you have it. So now, if we back out, Lavanza realizes that we have what she needed.
Mission complete.
And there you go. So let's see if we can mark this as complete. Right, we can't do it here. We do need to leave the Velvet Room. So our job here is done.
May luck be on your side. This is the request. You're already working on this one.
There you go. The skill level can now be increased for Joker's Wild.
Mission accomplished.
And I think, you know, from a request standpoint, the only one we have that's kind of outstanding now, outside of this one, and I'm not going to pursue this one just yet, because it has to do with a lot of those super powerful shadows, which we had to go back and defeat. So I think that's something I might want to tackle near endgame. So this is probably next. We're going to go ahead and defeat Mariko for the second time to fulfill that request.
What are you looking for today? What are you selling? There's a sale happening. And how many would you like? You want the pizza bunch. You want pizza bunch. How many would you like? You want pizza bunch. How many would you like? You want pizza bunch.
And of course, with the buying habits that I do have,
How many would you like? You want pizza bunch.
there's a possibility of me becoming broke yet again.
How many would you like? You want face the bench? How many
But of course, that's usually only temporary, right?
would you like? You want face the bench? How many would you like? You want face the bench? How many would you like? You want face the bench? You want face the bench?
Time to cook. Let me help. We making this?
It looks like this one's new.
That's good.
Nice.
Time to show my skills. All done.
And there you go, Master Chef. So it looks like we've probably reached, you know, all the possible dishes that we can make in Joker's kitchen,
We making this?
which is pretty cool.
Heaven. We making this? All done. Ain't this great?
And I mentioned earlier that I had kind of maxed out what was possible, you know, for my bond skill requirements. As you can see, everything is now locked. There's nothing I can increase, even though I do have more than enough skill bond, you know, bond skill points. So it's just all about progression going forward. I can actually work on this one. Looks like. I wonder if I'll be able to max it out. There. So there you have it. I think everything else is going to be locked until we progress a little further in the storyline. Paranoia save, and we'll go ahead and pursue Mariko. And the next thing I was going to look at was who I'm supposed to bring for this fight, right? Well, number one, we do want to have Haru because, you know, Psychokinesis is one of Mariko's weaknesses. We do know she's also weak to curse skills, so obviously having Joker is a no-brainer, and you pretty, you know, you have no choice on that matter. And outside of Haru, we can certainly bring in Zenkichi. Although I do want to focus on leveling up other people, right? Party members. So bring Ryuji as well.
Okay, leave the support to me.
And of course, after this request, we'll get back into Osaka Jail, right? So we can move towards endgame material. Looks like that's where the request can be directly accessed, right? So probably another castle with the chains that's already ready for us to sort of raid. I mean, it shouldn't be too bad. It has been a while since we've been in this dungeon. So, from a leveling perspective, we should be okay.
What you're doing is wrong.
Although this boss
Cyrus back.
was definitely troublesome. We just have to be careful, right, to leave at least one of those frozen chandeliers available for us if when she does swallow one of the characters whole. That's the only way you can kind of break out of that spell. Switching to Sophia, so we can get some buffs and debuffs going, right?
Let me help. You're up.
I got this. Watch it. This should help.
Thank you.
Counting on you.
I understand.
I'm going to. Yeah. Take this. Switch out. My turn. Out of the way. Move.
Okay. Let me help. Command. An optimal solution. On you.
Sure.
And of course, you know, facing off a boss, even though it's not going to be as difficult as before, you're still going to lose a good bit of health.
There.
I'm
This
silly.
one. Let's go. Harvest them. I'm going to.
Don't forget to follow up attack.
Eat this.
I'll do my best. Persona. What's your ability? Are you ready?
So it's not too crazy so far. Let's see if we could at least use one chandelier to do some serious damage.
I'll do it. You're mine. Okay. Thanks. There. This one. There. Okay. This one. There. Okay. Persona!
Don't forget to follow up attack. Fully consumed with rage. Everyone,
There you go. So I think this is where, yeah, this is where she, you know, she starts to eat potentially one of the party members.
switching out.
And do I have at least a frozen chandelier available? I hope I do. Yeah, we do. So we'll leave that kind of open.
Sure. You're mine. I'm going to.
Don't forget to follow up attack.
Eat this. Out of the way. Get it. Yeah. Persona!
Bingo. That skill just now? Perfection. Good job, Persona.
Take this. Yours.
So we certainly seem to finish this fight a lot faster than we thought. I didn't even have to use any of those remainder, frozen chandeliers.
You can handle this.
But yeah, you should be a-okay with this fight if you bring in Haru. And of course have someone with curse, preferably Arsene.
Guess we'll call it here.
So we'll return from jail, mark the request as complete, and get back into Osaka.
This is the request. You're already working on this one. Mission accomplished.
So we have no more requests in our queue.
Let's see.
Let's see if any one of these kind of opened up. Not yet.
Let's get to work. Okay, we can do this.
I believe in Osaka, right, where we had left off was right after that fight with Ganesha, right? One of the major sub-bosses of that jail. And that's where actually I had found the nearest checkpoint that was available.
Are these the people who were made into monarchs? This was all just some big show to him?
In reality, he likely saw them as a means to an end. They weren't much more than that.
So this dickhead uses these people for all they're worth, and this is how he treats them? What an asshole!
Alright, so the only way now is further down south. Hopefully this guy's not crazy.
Target's in sight. Let's take it out. We're in a good spot.
Alright, and of course it's, I should have Mona on deck for a lot of these, since I only have one persona, or at least user, with the wind weakness skills. Ooh. That definitely hit pretty hard, that last attack. Another blow to Joker, which was very close.
This one. There. Okay, this one.
I'm basically just burning through a lot of these lower HP restoratives while I can to have a good bit of them. So that was definitely annoying, going in there without Mona.
That's a win. Let's keep chugging them.
And of course, you know, speaking of HP and SP wise, I did manage to unlock this one. Restores HP and SP to all party members at the end of battle. So this is pretty cool. And this one is also cool, right? Restores HP to all party members after a successful ambush. But of course, it's not doing this stuff 100%, unfortunately. As you can see, I still have what? I'm still in need of some HP and SP restoration. But of course, it's better than nothing.
That one's dangerous.
Just to be safe, I will have, I guess, Mona here.
Shadow Saint. This one's off.
Reveal your true form. Let's go.
These guys, I believe, should be weak to fire, correct?
Numbers are still on their side. Act wisely now.
Oh, and then of course we have two Ganeshas as well.
Great work, everybody.
All right, on to the next.
Yeah, and if I can avoid this guy, I certainly will. But unfortunately, there's only one way to get past him, so.
As long as we keep the advantage, the battle is ours.
Let's go. Mitra, Lamia, Archangel, Arsene, Naga, Unique, Queen Ma. Fire. Fire.
Careful about that. Watch this. With those weaknesses, get over.
Joker's down, unfortunately.
Okay, let's move. Your stamina's low. Sure it's okay to keep going?
That one seems strong. Should we try to fight it?
Ooh, did not see that. So I guess we have to use this thing here and kind of move down the wire,
The city seems almost devoid of.
which takes us further southwest. So we'll have to drop and head
Is this really
south.
the society I'm always hoping to create? It's unsettling, but
See if we can ambush some of these guys again.
if we get captured, there's a good chance we'll end up in one of those cages. Be careful, Neon Farmer. I'm not gonna get caught and stop holding me! We've got it now! Sona! Keep it up! Witness my resolve!
I mean, at some point, I do hope to be, you know, at a decent level as far as bond skills to where I don't have to worry about SP. And with each fight, you know, you kind of just heal by yourself, like without any need for restoratives or you know, skills. Oops, gotta be careful. And this is blocked.
Found a shadow. Don't get caught off guard.
Kind of crazy. See if I can set up an ambush here. Let's just take this guy out.
This could be a problem.
Apparently I was the one getting ambushed.
Joker, you're low on stamina. Be careful. Great job. That's the beauty thing for you. Get a move on.
I'll give it my all!
Yeah, you can't really take these guys down unless you're using skills. You just have to. Especially because of the fact that they basically resist, you know, all these other physical skills. So you can't just hack and slash your way through.
Oh, I've learned a new skill!
And read a shower, which is pretty cool.
Besides that, let's go on ahead. What is that?
Shadow is hard to beat.
Yeah, their AI is very weird. It's like you stand in one spot and they're like, oh wait. Let's see if I can kind of do this and ambush.
Show your true self. Doing this? Got this for sure. Persona. Take this. Switch out.
Leave it to me! Say your prayers! Gotta exploit those weaknesses! Support my other self! Witness my resolve!
Running out of steam now. Time to pull out all the stops.
More payments to witness my extra carnage! That went really well! This is a part of I'll give it my all!
Sure.
Nice work.
So I'm willing to bet there's probably a boss fight once we enter this room.
Stamina's too low.
And so with that being said, we'll go ahead and restore some of our SP while we have the chance. Although I am having trouble
Take this. I can see it.
getting inside this room.
What's that?
I see a treasure chest. Maybe there's something good inside. What's inside, Joker? Oh, cool. I'll take it.
Okay, I think we're clear. Let's move it.
Yeah, so I am not sure how to get across this
I can see it.
area once more, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, right, we need to examine the control panel.
It looks like
Why did I not see that? Unfortunately, it's another one of those hackathons by Futaba. So we'll just have to kind of survive and, frankly speaking, just have her survive. So nothing crazy so far. Let's see. Alright, definitely got to stay close to Futaba. So there's a good bit of enemies here. And she's only 65% done. More of these guys. Gotta get these guys off her. Futaba. And she should be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, your hack is now complete. Inflict.
Oh yeah, a new move.
Take a look at my new skill.
This is very good. Wind boost. And let's see. I suppose we can take out this one, right? I think Mona has a pretty good skill set right now.
That about does it. On to Mount Jashiro.
Evil must be eliminated. Justice is not optional.
Oh, okay. We're actually supposed to head back.
All hail the great hero, Akira.
Looks like we're safe here.
On second thought, not sure how we can get across these.
Desires are dangerous.
Hmm. Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
We must not allow evil of any kind.
Right, that's what it is. Did not see that entrance.
There is an undeniable beauty in the aesthetic of this place. but
Go from here to make sure I didn't miss anything.
creator.
I know what you mean.
Right.
I feel like there's nothing to make it feel alive. So it all feels sorta meh.
See if we can get this guy off our back and then...
See these slits with the light coming out of them?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to set up an ambush when he's just straight up hounding the area over there, right? Alright, let's do this.
Mona's running out of stamina. Spend it wisely.
Let's go. You're mine.
Oh, thanks, Joker. You hit its weakness. You're doing great. I'm still picking up a lot of enemies. You might want to pace yourself.
Mitra, Lamia, Archangel, Arsene, Archangel. Take this. Let's go. Persona. Let's go.
Alright, so at this point, I'm really hoping for
Let's keep moving.
a checkpoint
You've used up
sometime soon.
I'd say now's the time to call it. Oh?
This one. There, there.
Think you can sneak up.
I'll reveal your true form.
I think shadows account for wasting a good bit of your time. Especially in this dungeon. It's like every step you take, there's always a swarm of shadows around. Ooh, okay.
Another job well done. Okay, let's keep going. Let's send some in the shadows. Okay, good to go. Oh!
This one.
Thank you.
Okay. This one. This one.
Thank you. There it is. The prison keep.
I see a radio tower too. That's probably how they're controlling all the surveillance cams. If we can just steal the core, those things will be totally bricked.
Then let's slip inside and steal it.
Not so fast. There are cameras here too. What are we supposed to do about those?
It's always Skull, right?
And thus, Skull was riddled with holes.
Rest in peace, Skull.
I ain't dead, and I ain't going out there either.
Straight path isn't always the quickest, right? Let's see if there are any other ways in.
So it looks like we're gonna have to sort of go around somehow. I mean, there is another checkpoint over there, but I don't see another way to get inside.
Focus.
Yep, looks like we're safe for now.
So maybe we can check all the way further south.
I can see it.
And I don't want to be messing with any more shadows.
What is that?
Can't really set up an ambush with that one.
Come get some. Persona! Ravage them!
Would you care to join us? Get ready!
Alright, almost done with this one.
Good job, everyone. Whew. Okay, on to the next one.
What's that?
It's a shadow.
It looks like we should be able to step on those lampposts to get where we need to go, right? So we'll deal with this guy first.
Stay focused and plan our attack.
Go ahead.
It's all you.
Sure.
Victory was handed to us. Here's hoping the next one's just as
What's
easy.
that?
Looks like we can use these to get to the other side.
And there we go. So thankfully, we've managed to reach another checkpoint just in time.
Let's stop here for today.
Time to return, heal up a little bit, save, and get back into it. I assume there will be another boss, right? Since we're so close to the next prison keep. And so taking those cores
Get to work.
is not as easy as just, you know, going there and taking it and getting out of there. And let's see if there's anything available for us to buy.
Welcome. What are you selling? Are you sure?
And one thing I just noticed, right, looking at the amount of money I have versus how much I had before I went back into Osaka Dungeon,
Are you sure?
I imagine that that jail is very good for money grinding. Because I didn't have that much when I entered, that's for sure.
How many would you like? You want face to bench? You want face to bench? You face to bench.
I'm not sure if I want to invest too much in cooking anymore, considering the fact that I've already unlocked that trophy
How many?
earlier.
You want face to bench?
So
Face to bench. How many would you like?
the only good thing that comes out of that is the ability for us to cook up more
Bench.
SP items.
How many would you like? You want face to bench? You want face to bench?
Time to cook.
What are you making? Yes, let's go.
So let's get Ann and Yusuke back in. On second thought, we'll keep Haru just in case some of those Ganeshas end up coming back. We do know fire could be involved. And of course, you know, Morgana's there in case wind is necessary. And of course, you know, I have no idea how long this jail will be, presumably, you know, compared to some of the other jails. And unfortunately, it's another one of those hackathon fests, as you can see. So Futaba's
Back into the prison keep.
gonna have to do her thing.
Back in it. Make sure you back me up.
Right, they're close to Futaba. Gotta be careful. And of course, these are, generic shadows, so they're probably not weak to anything in particular. One thing I should probably do is start utilizing these things. Oops. There you go. I mean, look at that map. The amount of shadows on that map. It is ridiculous right now. I mean, this is ridiculous. All I see is red. I feel like Futaba over time does a pretty good job with, I guess, healing. It's either that or her defense looks pretty good. Otherwise, with this many enemies, I can't imagine her being able to survive this long without, you having to heal. I mean, just look at that map. You see nothing but red. There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, your hack is now complete. Discipline. Please do.
I'll do it.
No enemies nearby. Let's go on ahead.
This one.
So obviously, it's going to be a boss, right? It's very familiar.
Limits. Villains who violate the rules will be purged. What are you, some kind of watchdog? Let's wrap this up quick and shut down those cameras.
Okay. I believe that's an Upsurus, right? Persona-wise. Curse. So we can definitely use Curse. We don't have Ryuji, but we can also use Zio skills. Same with Nuke. We're missing Makoto. So, I mean, but we do have Anne here for the fire, as well as Haru. So this is pretty good. Certainly favorable. Not too bad. So just gonna hit him with a little bit of everything. They keep them on their toes. And of course, maintain the pressure here. Ooh, that was close. I don't know what I was thinking there. Alright, let's get some buffs going, shall we?
I'll use this. Persona. Lamia. With this.
Although it is going to require a little bit of SP here.
His power. Persona. I'll use this. Archangel. Arsene. His power. Persona. Valkyrie. Naga. With this. I'll use this.
And just in time for showtime.
Naga.
I mean, didn't really do much on the HP side.
Unicorn. Lavanza.
Please do. Leave it to me. Witness my soul. Your turn. Oh, this. How about this? That's right. Hey. Right. I'll do this. That one looks tough. Okay, everyone stay focused. Hey. You got it. Okay. Please do.
I'll do it. You're mine. Take this. Let's go.
Super got the follow-up attack.
Okay. Okay. Persona. You're mine.
Bingo. And skill just now? Perfection.
Persona. Take this. Well done.
So it looks like she is able to revert a bunch of stats.
Watch out.
So I can't imagine, you know, using too many of those buffs and debuffs for too long. And it's definitely a pain to take down.
Real strong. Watch your back.
Go ahead.
So we're almost there. I'm just doing what I can, using physical moves to finish off this boss. Clearly Joker has no SP, but we're almost there. Hopefully that does it right there. Almost. So a pretty long and drawn out fight right there. But this is Osaka, so.
Time to climb that tower. You're out of your mind if you oppose our
Nice. The radio signal's kaput. That takes care of the cameras.
That should allow us to check out those places that were blocked off earlier. Let's head back to the entrance.
Yeah, let's. The way to the castle should be wide open now.
What did the core end up being, by the way? Is this an action figure?
Oh, no way! It's him. It's Zephyr Man.
You mean like the keyword?
So what does that mean? Sorry, I'm lost here.
Jailhouse power sources that act as a symbol of the monarch's power. We call them cores. This is one of them.
This thing? You're telling me this little action figure is a core? Why would this be a symbol of power?
Maybe he just really likes Zephyr Man?
Indeed, and to such an extent that he would call himself a hero.
Even though he's clearly a bad guy. Whatever the reason, we have to focus on securing a route to the castle.
Right. Let's get on back and see if we can't find the next prison keep.
So as usual, there's probably a minimum of 2 prison keeps.
There's a checkpoint here. We could always head back right now.
Let's shadow.
Great job, everyone.
Alright, and that is the end of our stream today. So, again, we finished up 2 of the remaining requests. Prison Mail Part 5. And then, of course, the Painful Past with Mariko. We finished off, Mariko for the second time.
This is the request.
We don't have any more new requests outside of this one, which, like I said earlier, we will tackle a little later, near endgame. And really, I keep saying the word endgame, but we're pretty much there, considering this is Osaka, and where, the monarch is Konoe himself. And so, but knowing this is Persona, right, there is probably going to be another, actual endgame boss, just seeing how Persona works in general. But yeah, I mean, and of course, let's not forget the fact that our bond skills have increased substantially as well. I'm not seeing any of these unlocking yet, but we'll find out more next. So yeah, as always, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode.